Hello there, tubers, and welcome to the State of Joe. I'm Joe Santiago. So, I work in the food service business, and the panic that COVID 19 has caused doesn't seem to be slowing down at all. And as the CDC and states continue to restrict further and further what we can and can't do as a food service business, things are getting weird with stoppage of various services and rules and regulations, which I do get. And it is a good idea to always err on the side of caution. So while a lot of people are now donning all different types of dust masks and surgical masks to try to avoid contracting COVID 19, there was even a guy with a full gas mask that came in. And I was talking to a buddy of mine, Mike, and he had an excellent point. He said, I like that they're wearing the masks because it protects me from them. I thought, that was ingenious. That way, and he went on, that way they can cough, and not to mention sneeze, into their mask and not spread the virus. This is so true. And they are turning the masks into almost a shock value sort of fashion statement, okay? With matching gloves. It's very chic-like. And he also mentioned, my friend Mike, that it's like the ones wearing the masks are kind of marked as the unhealthy ones. I mean, they remind me of some timeline where everyone looks like Cobra Commander from G.I. Joe. Everyone looks like Cobra Commander now. They got the mask on, and it's right there. And some of these people I have seen in masks, in my experiences anyway, don't look all that healthy to start with. A lot of what I would say look like possible alcoholics or drug addicts or pill heads. I mean, people that just have that look in their eyes, because your eyes do stand out and tend to bulge out more with a mask on also. Then, of course, you have older people wearing them, and even younger people, as a sort of arrogant, in-your-face kind of with a I'm smarter than you type of vibe. Almost a proudness to wear it. Then, of course, like they're glorifying it, okay? Then, of course, we have the people who pull the bandana up over their face like it's the Wild Wild West again, and they're going to rob a stagecoach, maybe. Believe me, it's creepy. I mean, it's like basically, or it's like a gang member or even a Mexican cartel coked on as they don their bandana over their face to, stop from being figured out who they are and revealing who they are. I mean, to see a 70-something woman with a bandana tied around her face, it reminds me of almost like the Elephant Man or the Invisible Man. It's quite a sight. The only thing missing, basically, is those 4 piano notes from the Twilight Zone theme song. do 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 do. It comes to mind. And they pull it up over their nose, Like when you pull your shirt over your face, like someone farted and you're like, something stinks, or you're pulling your shirt up like this over your nose and that kind of thing. I mean, and, and I don't think, I don't think if we do cure this disease, okay? At this point, it's damaged us psychologically, socially. The overall paranoia is probably going to stay, okay? When socializing and whatnot. And this has and will traumatize the American people, okay? And the world, pretty much, from here on out. At this point, this is what's going to do to us, okay? It's going to mess us up, okay? Now, I'm going to get a bit personal now. I am a major germaphobe, okay? Most of my life, almost as far back, pretty far back. I mean, first of all, since I was like in my early teens, maybe even a little earlier, and it's probably always been around a little bit, and it's progressively gotten to the point it's currently at this day, it's currently at today. It's gotten to this point. I am extremely paranoid about washing my hands, for instance, even outside of work in food service. I mean, public doorknobs, those are disgusting. I avoid like the plague public doorknobs, okay? I use usually the front bottom part of my sweatshirt, coming into a door or a coat just to open the door. I've gotten, in the last 3 or 4 years, for instance, I've gotten smart. I now carry fresh pieces of paper towel in my pants pocket to touch doorknobs when I have to. Also, when I'm washing my hands at public bathrooms and whatnot, faucets, and flushing toilets, I have pieces of paper towel in my pocket. And I hold some paper towel, some fresh paper towel, and I use those to touch things, and I throw away the paper towel. Also, I'll do that with like water bubblers if I happen to use one of them, which I also use those to wash my hands when I need to, which is a lot. Microwaves and whatnot. And also one tactic I use a lot also is holding my breath. Okay, in those bathrooms, those nasty automatic swisher sensor air freshener things. Okay, I hate those things. They're so gross. You'll be like washing your hands and you're whistling and you forget about them, and all of a sudden you get this full breath. You inhale a full breath of the stuff, and immediately I cough it out. I'm like, I did it again. I inhaled the Swisher sensor bathroom smelly thing, and it went in my face. And they're positioned to go in your face. If you notice, like, you walk one way, it's right there above the soap dispenser, so you got to hold your breath to do that. And then you're trying to wash yourself, maybe you're primping a little, and it keeps spraying in your face. Then they have another one on the other side. You can't escape it when you're trying to dry your hands, and you get sprayed in the face again with another Swisher automatic air sensor, air freshener, as they call them. Yeah, freshener. They should have a disclaimer, like these drug commercials: may cause cancer, may cause heart to stop if inhaled too long. Will cause brain damage. Definitely will kill many brain cells. They should have all this stuff. Could cause you know eye injury, or all these warnings, because the thing is so gross. Then you turn around, you're going to try to go to another section of the bathroom, and boom, there's another one right in your face. Can't escape it, man. So, yeah, I mean, you know, the break rooms at work, touching things there, for instance, or really any doorway or room I go into. And I mean, I have also for years systematically, I'm holding my breath, okay, especially in parking lots, or walking through parking lots. There's so much exhaust and cars idling around you. And I mean, these cars drive around emitting so much emissions. I mean, they're older cars, they probably know the gas attendant. They get free stickers every year, or the guy just passes them. And they drive these complete outdated, disgusting cars, giving off all this emissions, and we have to inhale it. It's disgusting. Okay, they need to take these cars off the road. You don't have someone driving a friggin' old jalopy and letting out all these fumes, and you have to inhale it. Okay, it's gross. But then again, it's who you know, not what you know. And if you know the right person, you can get away with anything in this country. And really, if you know the right person in the world, but in this country, it's getting easier and easier to get these scams going through. Okay. Yeah. So I mean, I'll hold my breath, and I'll basically go through the parking lot. Get out of my car. If I smell exhaust, the shirt goes up over the nose. Deep breath, and I hold it. Then I walk, because I don't want to be seen just covering my nose all the time, and I'd be doing it all the time. So I got to inconspicuously, I'll cover up my nose, take a deep breath, walk, try to hold it as long as I can. Take another quick breath, nice and deep, walk, okay, a little further, like when walking around the streets and stuff. And on the side of the streets, all the exhaust from the cars going by you, and construction sites, road work. You get an ambulance in front of you, a stinky, one of these big 18-wheeler stinky trucks, or a tractor trailer truck, or an 18-wheeler. A lot of the time, the exhaust out of those things, it's really bad. You can smell it. If you don't, in my car, I always have recirculated air on, because it comes through the vents. And it literally makes me sick. I get headaches instantly, stomach aches, just start feeling like crap, basically. And yeah, I mean, so I mean, so I take these deep breaths from under my shirt, and it's just a thing I do, and of course, hold it as long as I can. Sometimes, you know, you know, sometimes I'll like be gasping for air because I'm trying to hold it so long, but trying to avoid being, you know, such a standout. But then like another big truck comes, or a pickup truck, or you know, a late model pickup truck, or you know, early model pickup truck, however you, well, I think they call it late model, but an older truck from the 80s or something with big exhaust, or you know, they just keep getting these things and they don't fix them. They just smell like, you know, like a friggin' smoke factory, okay? And you know, I'll be doing all this stuff, and I'm holding my breath, sometimes to the point where it feels like I'm gonna like, I gasp, like I possibly get a little lightheaded, like I'm gonna pass out sometimes, because then, you know, and then, you know, only to have to go under, you know, under my shirt inconspicuously again for a quick gulp of air because of a, you know, someone smoking a cigarette, and then, you know, you know, or, you know, used to be a giant vaping plume that I'd run into or something. I'm trying to escape the car exhaust, and I've got my shirt up my nose, over my nose, and I'm taking in my breaths, and a cigarette over here and vaping over here, and I mean, you can't escape it. You just can't escape it. Taxis stink really bad. Ambulances, they don't get maintained as much. They get a lot of use, so they start stinking. Just a really stinky. Um, you know, and of course, vaping was recently outlawed in Massachusetts, so it's not as big as a problem now. Some people still doing it, I see, though, around, but you know, cigarette smoke, vaping smoke, stuff like that. Oh yeah, headaches, stomach aches, also on that, um, big time. Um, you know, I can't stand the smell of these so-called air fresheners sprays. Okay, I mean, Febreze. I mean, Febreze. Remember, Febreze rhymes with disease, because that's what they'll give you. They'll give you diseases. On these commercials, they're getting down and sniffing like clothes. They're almost getting a euphoric, like hallucinogenic high from it. They're like smelling the clothes, like their eyes are like rolling back in their heads. They're like smelling like dog blankets that were cleaned or whatever, and this Febreze, and like, well, that, you know, and it's just really weird. They have commercials where they're down on the carpets, smelling the carpets. It's just, it's weird. It's disgusting, and it's strange, and it's an artificial scent that some lab creates, Glade, and these people create these things, and Febreze company comes out and spray it on your clothes and wear. No thanks. Then I gotta smell that like 24/7. No thank you. I'd rather do anything else than smell that crap. Okay. um these cleaning fluids and disinfectants, okay, downright smell horrible, okay? I mean, bathroom cleaners and stuff they use in bathrooms, they overdo it. You know, cleaning things, different toilet rings and stuff. I mean, these things stink. I mean, I'd rather smell, a natural bathroom than these chemicals. I mean, they give you headaches and stuff too. Then than to smell these things. I mean, I'd almost rather deal with the coronavirus than smelling all these overdone people wiping down these bathrooms and sanitizing them with these chemicals and all these. I mean, I could barely. I'm in the bathroom with my nose over my shirt the whole time because sometimes it's just really, really bad. You can smell it walking towards the bathroom, and it's really gross. Okay. These overused, disgusting cover-ups. I mean, I am so bad. I even wash my hands after touching things at home, such as cabinets in my own home. Pick something up off the floor, run water over my hands. It's a psychological thing. Touch anything, for example, any power strip or, that may be on the floor or wires because, they collect dust. I must wash my hands with at least water. Because basically until I wash my hands, you see, the hand I use to pick something up is now corrupted, so I gotta wash my hand, or at least that hand. And it's all in my head, but a lot of it's in my head. Some of it's true, okay? I'm compulsive about turning off lights that I don't think are in use. I'll turn them off, and people, sometimes will be still using them. I'll turn them off. I pull, if my wife leaves phone chargers plugged in and different chargers for things, I'll pull those out of the wall. She gets kind of irritated when I do that. So it extends into other things. I turn off machinery that's not being used, printers, cable boxes, computers, which can tend to irritate, your wife. Trust me. I also double and triple check whether doors are locked, or whether I set alarms, on the clock, set the alarm. I'll check it. I'll have to double check things. Whether I set my car alarm or not. Sometimes I'll check 2-3 times. Just crazy stuff like that. I also was, afraid to get a smartphone until last December because of RDF radiation waves. Okay, I carry my phone, so I try to limit all skin to phone contact. I carry it in a plastic baggie. I want to look into getting a real RDF blocking smartphone case. Sure, they probably make them. But so as you can see, I'm pretty messed up when it comes to germs and fumes and such. My point is that all these people with these germophobic hang-ups, welcome to my world, okay? Welcome to my world. This is my life, okay? I've been dealing with these things for almost my whole life, okay? Now you know what it's like to live in constant fear of spreading germs or causing a health problem, all right? By not handling something properly. Of course, there's a bit of psychosis that goes into this as you are rationalizing to yourself that you've taken precautionary measures to avoid a situation or picking something up, or picking up something from somewhere or some person, or to satisfy your continued bias of the threat assessment. You continue as you're concerned anyway. You're concerned about it. I mean, it's really crazy. So basically, as all kinds of stuff going on here. So enjoy this constant fear, okay, of being infected. All right, this situation we're in. Basically, which I live with every day. I live with this fear of being infected by things and germs, and avoiding things and doing weird little things, which I live with every day. And I mean, and it's like the ultimate role reversal, okay? Now all you people out there know what it's like to be me in this personal synchronistic phenomenon I'm going through, okay? And to satisfy, it's crazy. And I've never been to a therapist or gotten any meds or seen a doctor to address any of this, although I do practice self-medication. But then again, I'm not sick right now, and I'm pretty healthy, at least I think so. And that, my friends, is all that matters. That you can convince yourself that the steps you are taking are helping to prevent you from picking up something. After all, the mind believes it and perceives it. If the mind believes it and perceives it, then it is so. It is true, even if there is no evidence of any facts whatsoever. And that is what is most amazing about the human brain, okay? You could force it to come to trust in completely baseless conclusions, All right. So, with this reporting that's going on with COVID-19, let's, we're in this point with reporting and newscasting, okay, in radio news and whatnot, but they do it in regular news too, but on TV. But they'll have a story. They'll say a quick bit about a small little quick tidbit of a story. They tell you something that shocks you. They don't get into the details of it. And then you'll notice this. You hear these little quick stories and these little mentionings. They'll have a sentence at the end of the whatever bit they're doing for their little section of that story. And that last sentence should have been at the beginning of the sentence of the report, because that last sentence that you hear is actually the most important sentence. And they kind of rush through it and kind of say it at the end of the report, so you don't notice it. But what they say at the end of that report is actually the most important piece of information in the whole story. So they rush through that, but they tell you the bias related stuff, like it's gospel, but then they rush through a real fact, a real piece of the story, a puzzle, a major puzzle piece of the story. And it's disheartening when they do that. It's bad. But anyway, here we are. As you can see, I'm feeling a little more positive about everything, but it's not really that I'm feeling more positive. It's just I'm getting kind of used to it, and this whole new way of thinking. And yeah, I've been living this way for my whole life, so just about. And like I said, welcome to my world. It's not a fun world, but it's full of anxiety. It's full of the unknown. It's full of paranoia. It's full of hoping for the best but planning for the worst in every situation. That this is my reality. This is what I live every day. These people out in these masks and afraid of everything. I have that fear. I've always pretty much had it. And that's what I want to say today. So welcome to my world. Welcome to the universal role reversal. So we have a bunch of Joes now running around out there panicking and living the germophobic life. So welcome to the germophobic ranks. And I don't know, just do the best you can out there. And welcome to my world. Enjoy it, baby. Peace.